this video, I'm going to be walking you through how to use the phone call feature in Vottiv. So what you'll do is you'll hit the phone call option, and then this will bring you to the phone call page where you'll see all the calls that you've already created. Up at the top, you can see your organization's phone numbers. So this will be the number that you're calling from. So you can change that here. You can see how much you're paying per minute, and you can see your organization's credits that you've purchased. You also have the option to export your phone data, so you'll be able to see who's making the calls and which voters are answering those calls here. You can also see the usage of your credits, and you could purchase credits right here. A little bit lower, you can launch any of the calls you've created. You can see the progress of those calls. But to create a call, we'll come up to the top right and hit Create Call. And this is where you'll need to select the voter group that you'd like to call. So if you don't have one created already, you can hit Create a Voter Group. In this case, we already have one, so we'll just hit Provo City Residents. That's who we'd like to call, and hit Create Call. We'll need to give it a title, so we will call it Provo City Call 2026. And then you'll need to enter the call script that you want your volunteers to use. And so we have these options here to auto-populate the voter's first name for the caller, and then we want the caller's first name in there as well. Then you can write out the rest of your script. And then what we'll need to do is, if you want to, you can upload a voicemail. So if the call goes to an answering machine, you can have a voicemail prepared so that you don't have to leave one every time. You can either record that here or upload the voicemail. And then we have the option to add a survey. If you'd like to collect information from voters, you can add a survey. If you haven't created one already, you can create one. And then you want to select the phone call type for this call. So you can either call landlines or cell phones. You'll be able to see how many phone numbers fall into those categories when selecting those. And then you want to choose a dialer type. So we have two types. There's a power dialer and a predictive dialer. The power dialer requires callers to place one call at a time. So in lots of cases, or in some cases, I should say, this is for compliance reasons, you'll need to use the power dialer and just make one phone call at a time, or you can use the predictive dialer that automatically dials multiple numbers, and then it'll connect the phone agent only when someone answers, so it maximizes efficiency there. So let's select predictive dialer, and then when we select predictive dialer, a new pop-up or a new drop-down displays, and we'll need to select the drop behavior. So if there's no agent available, do we want it to drop silently, or do we want it to play a pre-recorded voicemail? You could select that option. We'll just hit drop silently for now. And then you have the option to require organization membership, meaning that only people who are part of your team over here on the left-hand side, if you go to this tab, you can see who's on your team, who has phone call permissions. If people don't have phone call permissions, they won't be able to use this call that we're creating. Or if you leave it unchecked, then anyone with a join code can participate in the phone bank. It will still require them to put in an email address for identification purposes, but that's totally up to you how you'd like to proceed there. And let's actually switch this to cell phones, because if we have, if we're calling cell phones, we'll need to agree to the cell phone calling agreement with the FCC, so you'll need to check that there. You can read that agreement here, and then you'll need to agree to the pricing agreement. After that, you can go ahead and hit Prepare Call to start calling.